Happy Friday to yous. What's the crack? I'm dressed for yoga, as you can see, and that's exactly where I'm going, to a nice yoga class for a nice relaxing start to a Friday. Today we buy. Price is crashing. Price of Bitcoin is crashing. It's obviously going to zero. I knew it was a scam. Oh, it's finished, it's over, it's done. Or if you happen to be in our community, you wake up this morning and you say, guys, there's a 10% sale on, there's a flash sale on. Get up, everyone, pay attention. We'll chat a little bit about that today. Also want to chat about why you're so early to this thing, okay? About the Irish piece that was put out on Bitcoin yesterday. Just to help you realise how early you are and how wealthy you will become if you position yourself correctly and use this technology. Because it's absolute proof in how this thing is still being chatted about. Thought that was Dixie. Guys, welcome to the channel. I'll just do my intro while people are popping on. Dinny here from Bitcoin With Dinny. We're Ireland's first Bitcoin consulting company, and for 4 years now, we've helped people how to understand Bitcoin and how to use Bitcoin to retire themselves early. Because unfortunately, all of the information that people learn through mainstream narratives or trying to figure it out on YouTube, it's all nonsense, okay? If you really want to learn how to use Bitcoin and understand Bitcoin, come to Bitcoin With Dinny. We'll fast track your success. We'll give you the shortcut. We'll help you retire early. It's certainly what we do. So, also beware of scammers in the comments and scammers on any of the social medias. I never reach out to you. I don't trade for you. I don't do anything. What I do is I teach you how to retire yourself early, okay? Or if you buy my high-ticket offering from my website, I do everything for you, okay? But you purchase that from my website, not off some random social media profile that sends you a DM, because there's loads of fake Bitcoin With Dinnies, as there is fake anyone who's got a profile with any sort of following. So just be aware of that, because we get a lot of new people coming to the space. So happy Friday to you. I hope you're having set up for a good Friday. This is my day 5 of my fast. I'm feeling good, guys. I feel amazing. And what I say to people is, study Bitcoin for your health and study fasting for your wealth. Because everything you think you know about both of them is wrong. And if you use both of these, what would you call them, protocols, your life will I guarantee you, your life will improve, okay, if you use both of them. But anyway, we're not here to talk about fasting. We'll be talking about feasting tomorrow morning, because I'm going to be having a good breakfast. But this morning we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, crypto markets, because it's deep red, okay? It's deep red across the board. And of course, new people will be like, oh, I'll wait till it goes down lower. Apologies, that's shaking around a bit. I got a new phone, got the new Ultra, the Galaxy. The thing weighs a ton. My poor mount there. I'll probably pull the windscreen off my car now in a second. But you don't need to look at me. Just listen, okay? The knowledge is in the words. So, new people will be like, oh, but the price has gone down. It's going to come down lower. What I'll do is I'll wait. I don't wait, okay? People who wait and try and time the markets, they're not retiring themselves early. Because the market will always get you to do the wrong thing at the wrong time. We had our introduction meeting. We had our exclusive webinar with our new customers in the Retire Early Club. We had that last night. Okay, and what I've said to the guys is, what will separate yous, the reason you're going to retire early, is because yous guys are going to spend they're in the course for a year. Okay? You've got a year with me, and over the course of a year, we're going to define your strategy, we're going to build your strategy. So you literally have down on paper every action that you need to take for the next 4 years. As I said to them, we build a 4-year plan on this thing. Okay? So you don't care what happens today. It doesn't really matter what the market does or doesn't do on any particular day, because you just act by your strategy, and then you don't get to suffer from the emotions of fear and greed. And fear means you FOMO into the wrong things. You're always behind the market. You're always chasing. You're always late. And therefore, even if you're making money, you're making way less money than you could. Okay? Today is a good day. Okay, if today was a dollar cost average day for Bitcoin, or I had a variable DCA day, today's the day I'd be deploying it. Okay, because why wouldn't I? It's on sale. Okay, market dynamics haven't changed. The ETFs are still gobbling up much more Bitcoin than are being produced every day. There's a massive supply crunch coming later this year. People have no idea how much Bitcoin is going to rip. It's going to tear lumps out of all the haters, and they're literally just going to be so disappointed that they were so ignorant and all they've done was hurt their own financial future. Okay? Because Bitcoin's a global commodity. Bitcoin's a global commodity, and it's now owned by some of the largest asset managers on the planet. All right? And one by one, retail people are figuring this out. But it's slow. We had an article yesterday on Anton Savage, and it was the most desperate thing I've ever heard about Bitcoin. And I was a little bit optimistic when I heard, oh, we're doing a Bitcoin segment. I was like, awesome, I wonder who the Bitcoin expert is. This guy has never even owned Bitcoin. I know by the way he speaks, because he had zero clue how the technology worked. He had zero clue how to understand the technology. He had spent, I estimate, less than 1 hour Googling to get a few little clickbaits, a few little headlines, a few little talking points, and then they broadcast that on the national airlines. And that, people, is how early you are. Hit the like button if you like being early, okay? But that's how early you are, because the absolute majority of the country has no idea this. And those that have, they've no idea how to do it correctly. Because unless you've got some training, you're just coming in here to give us your money. Unfortunately, you don't think you're going to do that. You think you're going to get rich. You've got some altcoins, you watch some YouTube videos, you've got some trading signals. You're already on done deal picking out Lamborghinis. Not going to happen, I'm sorry. I've been here for a while. I've seen market cycles. I've seen new people come in, and I've seen old people basically just wreck themselves in one cycle and then do all the same things again. And wonder why they don't retire early. Education is how you retire early, folks. That's how I retired early. So educate yourself. Buy the books, do the courses, join a Retire Early Club, hire me for consulting, spend money with someone else. But literally, how you're going to retire yourself in this space is through education. And if you don't spend the money on the education, well, you won't spend the money on your returns, because you won't have any, or whatever returns you get, they'll be, they won't be anywhere near. So it's all about investing. And your return on investment is what I communicated at my meeting there on Wednesday evening. Never focus on price, focus on return on investment. That just separates how wealthy people think from how a poor person's mindset. And I had both, guys, because as you know, I lived in a caravan. I was a poor person, and I had a poor person's mindset, and it was only when my mindset changed that my financial position changed. And every day I strive to unlearn all the nonsense that's sort of programmed into us. So today is the day to buy Bitcoin. I don't have any money today to buy Bitcoin, so I can't buy Bitcoin today. But if I did, if I had capital on the sidelines, I'd be YOLOing. YOLO. Not financial advice, of course. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just some lad in a wife beater here going to my yoga class. So, don't take this as financial advice. You do you. And don't worry about the price of Bitcoin, is my last little dinny bomb, okay? When the price of Bitcoin goes up, do you know what happens? Retail people. You are retail. If you don't, when I say retail and you don't know what that means, you are retail. Just normal people, okay? As the price of Bitcoin goes up, a lot of retail who don't know what they're doing, they're actually more discouraged. Just gone by Thomas O'Grady's here, there's a big flood on the road. Someone called the county council and report them. I'd be giving out to them, because it's a nice dry day, and then you go by his place, and then you get all this dirt thrown on the car. But my car's filthy anyway at the minute, so we won't mind. But retail people won't buy Bitcoin as the price goes up. This is the problem, okay? As the price of Bitcoin goes up, retail people are less likely to purchase it. Who buys it? Institutions are buying it. Remember, the institutions are gobbling this thing up. They're buying 10 times more Bitcoin than is being mined each day, okay? That's a crazy supply-demand, okay? And that has to play out. There's going to be a supply-demand crunch. There's going to be a squeeze. And it possibly happens in 6 months, and possibly happens sooner, okay? And that's why you have a limited time to prepare. And that's why I try and encourage people, get your education, get into our Retire Early Club, get into consulting, sort this out, because the price you pay for that versus the performance you get from the knowledge you have, you will have exponential, you will 10x your return on your investment. So the thing is to transition your thinking, okay? You've got to separate. If you do what everybody else does, you get what everybody else has. If you do what everybody else does, you get what everybody else has. Okay? Now, if you look around, you'll see what everybody has. Normal people. They have a busy life. They're running around like a headless chicken, just trying to keep their head above water. They've no free time. And a lot of their time is owned by their job or whatever. Okay? So you got to separate yourself. And what everybody will do is, as the price of Bitcoin goes up and they come to crypto, they're going to say, Bitcoin's too expensive for me. I can't buy a Bitcoin. I can never own a Bitcoin. What I'll do is, well, I watch a YouTube video and I'm going to buy this token. And then they'll message me and say, Dinny, what about this token? And I'm like, okay, yeah. Never heard of it. And even if I have heard of it, I'm like, great, it's one of, 30,000, 90,000 tokens there is now. Fantastic. So what that token has done is, they got some funding off a VC round. They used that to go and pay YouTubers to go and talk about it. And you swallowed all the propaganda, and now you're putting your life savings into it, or just some of your savings into it, and you're picking out Lambos online. Not going to happen, folks. Not going to happen. 99.9% of people who think they're getting rich in crypto are just losing their money. Okay? And that's you. And you will learn this, because I said this in the last cycle, till I was blue in the face. People ignored me. And then, like, this year and last year, people said, you were telling me in 2020, Dinny. And I made all the mistakes. And I'm just like, yeah, I know, it's grand. Some people have to touch the stove. That's fine. It doesn't matter how you learn once you learn. Fair enough if you had came to me, you know, imagine the size of your portfolio if you actually had a structured, proper plan for the last 4 years instead of just wasting your time and losing your money. Okay, so everyone will learn. And people learn in two ways. They either learn by getting burnt and they go, crypto's a scam. And vastly, the majority of crypto is a scam. People just don't realise that. Because normal people don't have time to do the proper due diligence on any of these tokens. So we just watch YouTube videos with price predictions. And of course, it's like, how do we get scammed? Okay, people get scammed all the time. How? Because we don't think rationally when there's this great opportunity. All rationale goes out the window. Okay, so we make decisions that normally we'd be like, why the hell did I do that? Okay, so that's why you're able to get brainwashed very easily. And you don't understand this technology. So I can just throw around some buzzwords, and I can drop some companies that you know and say, we're partnered with these, and you don't know the extent of the partnership. Maybe the partnership is, they had one meeting with them and they had a tiny proposal and there's nothing signed, but we're going to put that company name on our website because retail people, you guys, will then think, okay, it's a great opportunity. Samsung are partnered with them or whatever. So it's about separating your thinking and not doing what normal people do. Normal people chase the pumps. Normal people think crypto's going to make them rich. Normal people don't study Bitcoin. Normal people don't have Bitcoin pension plans. All the Bitcoin with Dinny clients have Bitcoin pension plans. That's exactly what we do. Because Bitcoin pension plans are the highest performing pension plan on the planet. And your existing pension plan, I guarantee you, in 10 years' time, will be fully allocated to Bitcoin. The irony is, though, if you do it today, you won't be working in 10 years' time, so you won't have to worry about that, okay? And that's the beauty of doing it for yourself. That's the beauty of being an early adopter, and that's the beauty of thinking for yourself and doing the work that other people are too lazy to do, okay? It's called proof of work. If you're in good shape, that's called proof of work. You go to the gym, you look after yourself, you know, and that takes effort. It takes work. It doesn't happen by magic. Nobody can buy that success. You have to do the work. It's the exact same in your financial success, guys. You do the work, you get the result. I chatted to a young lad there during the week, and it was a really good conversation. He was on the, I think it was yesterday actually, and I appreciate when young lads are hustling. I really like to see young lads hustling because it reminds me of myself a little bit, so I would have a good bit of time for them. And he said he was on my course and he couldn't afford to do he couldn't afford the 500 quid to sign up for the year of Retire Early Club. I think he was trying to get the money together or whatever. He didn't have it right now, say. And I was like, yeah, fine. I can't remember now. I think I said, yeah, I'll hold your spot. Fine. But what he had done first is he had done trading, okay? And he had lost all his money. Okay, trading. And he spent a fortune there on all the trading courses. As I say, if you want to make money in trading, well, teach people how to trade, because that's how you really make the money in trading, rather than by actually trading yourself. You'll only lose your money if you trade yourself. As I say to people, like, I know the market makers. These are the people who have moved the price of Bitcoin this morning. Their job was to liquidate the longs. That was their job. Okay? So when I speak to them, and I say, like, what do you do? What's your job? He'll say, we take money off retail traders. Like, that's what we do. And that's what they've done today. Wait till you see the amount of billions of trades that were liquidated over the last 6 hours, okay? Millions, hundreds of millions, possibly could have been a billion in that sort of a move of volatility, but basically $1 billion of retail money was just moved to people who know better, all right? So that's why you shouldn't trade. But anyway, this kid was trading and he lost a fortune. But what I love is, it's grand to make mistakes, especially when you're young. You should go and make mistakes. You should do things you're told not to do and learn the hard lessons. That doesn't matter. What separates successful people from people who won't be successful is most people, when they get burnt like that, they quit, they leave, they say, I tried to make money, it didn't work, and so I'm just going to say, yeah, life's hard, and feel sorry for myself. But he tried trading, and then I think he had something else as well that he had done that didn't work. You know, he had 2 sort of failures, but yet still he was on my course and trying to find another way. And my advice to him was like, this is how you hustle, man. You don't give up. Eventually, through your mistakes, you find what works. So I really admired that in the young lad, that, you know, and I think the guy was 22, so it was really awesome to see, because I never really started proper hustling until a bit later than that, you know, where I was going deep into investing. I was sort of focusing on businesses much earlier in my life rather than investment assets. But yeah, really good to see that he didn't let the setback stop him. He had lost a lot of money, and you know, when you're a young lad, you don't have a huge amount of money, you don't earn a huge amount of money, so you know, if you're losing a couple of grand, they're catastrophic losses for you. But wasn't deterred and was still prepared to hustle and still wanted to learn. Give her that. Have to let her out, lads. Keep the old, don't let that carbon build up. So yeah, this is how you have to pivot your mindset. Take some tips off that young lad. Even if you've made mistakes and you've screwed up and you've been in Bitcoin since 2020 and you've nothing to show for it, or you've been in crypto since 2015 and you've nothing to show for it, you just don't have the education. It's not a case of you just come in here and you learn yourself. YouTubers will tell you that that's what you do, but YouTubers earn money off all the tokens that pay them to tell you that. And that's what you don't understand, because you're not an insider, you're an outsider. And that's the beauty of working with an insider, someone who knows all the people on the inside, because he is on the inside. I'm on the inside meetings. Okay, so I get to pass on that knowledge to you, like when I speak to the market makers, and we understand how they move the market. And that's why I say to people, flat, don't trade. You'll make some money just to allure you into thinking that you're going to make money, and then when you put any meaningful money in, my mate's taking it off you, and you don't know what's going to happen, but it's happening, like it happened literally in the last 6 hours with that volatility we've seen in the market. So don't bother, guys. There's a much easier way. Become an investor. Okay? All investors make money forever. That's just the way it is in investing. You have to be a really disgustingly bad investor to not make money. Okay? And it's possible. Some people can do it. But if you spend a tiny bit of time educating yourself how to become an investor, knowledge is power. Knowledge compounds. Just pulling into yoga here, so I'll have to get off soon. But knowledge is power and knowledge compounds. So the knowledge that you get, like, let's say the guys who joined my Retire Early Club there, they're with me for a year. The knowledge that they get over this next year, they have that for the rest of their life, and it will compound, because more knowledge will be layered onto that. And just like when I done my meeting, okay, and I'm coming to the time when I'm selling people the product, and I want people to buy my product. Why? Because it retires you early. I have 100% conviction in what we do, and I know you can't outperform it, and I know every penny people pay to work with me and my company, we get them a hell of a lot more, an exponentially higher return on their investment from passing on the knowledge. But when I was on the part where I'm giving my pitch, and when you're trying to sell someone something, people think sales is bad. Sales is bad if you're selling cigarettes or you're selling drugs. If you're selling a product that you truly believe in, you've absolute conviction and understanding, and you've seen other people retire early on your product, well, that's why I get on this thing, and that's why with conviction I say, buy the bloody course. Okay, but when I get to the sale, because you have to convince people to get out of their own head wants to hold them back, and they've all these reasons why, oh sure, I can just learn on my own, or oh maybe I can't do the course, or maybe I don't have the time so I won't do it. And I have the very same. And the first person that sold to me was a guy called Simon Lavelle, and he was an expert salesman, okay, because he got me to pay $4,000 when that was all the money I had in the world. That was my life savings when I was a young lad. Okay, but the knowledge I learned off Simon, I still use today. In fact, some of the knowledge that I learned off Simon, and this is 2 decades ago, okay, I think I got my value from that $4,000 in terms of how much capital I've earned in all my business and all my investments over the last 20 years. Have I earned more than $4,000? Yeah, a lot more, okay. But even on this call right now, as I'm speaking to you, I'm using some of the skills that I learned 20 years ago. And this is the beauty of knowledge and how it compounds. It's so beautiful, guys. And it's the difference. If you struggle, okay, I want you to realize you can get better. You got to work on yourself. Your highest return on investment isn't buying crypto tokens, not really knowing what you're at, trying to figure out how they work or what they are, look at the buzzwords. That's not how you're going to get rich. The reason you're not rich is your mindset, okay? You don't know how to manage yourself, okay? So working on yourself is going to be your biggest return on your investment, okay? And that is why in the Retire Early Club, that's what we do. We teach you how to work on yourself. We build you. We make you better. I have modules on starting businesses and all sorts of stuff. You don't have to do it, but if you understand why we own business and the tax efficiency of owning a business, you know, maybe you start a little tiny small business. But anyway, I'm way off the point on total rants. I just wanted to get a bit of content out to you. I've had a mega busy week, so I haven't really had time to pay much attention to markets ranting. But today, I'm going in for a yoga class. I'm going to relax. I'm going to chill out, and I'm going to do a bit of meditation. We're going to feel good, and then I've got a couple of meetings booked after that. We've got a meeting about the Irish Bitcoin conference. Tickets are almost sold out for that. It's been absolutely amazing. And the speaker list hasn't even been announced yet. And wait till you see the speaker list. We've got trust experts. We've got all sorts of experts. It's going to be unreal. So if you're interested in the Irish Bitcoin conference, get onto Eventbrite as soon as possible and secure your spot. Because the room has a max capacity and we're getting pretty close to it now. And then what else have I got? I've got other meetings, a few other bits and pieces anyway. So have a super day, guys. Thanks everyone for being here. Try and share the content. Share some of my content, my podcasts with new people. Try and bring them up to speed on Bitcoin. They really have a limited time. Like, you know, you can come to Bitcoin in 3 or 4 or 5 years' time and still build a plan. But you're not going to retire anywhere near as early as you guys. If you actually construct your plan, you take this thing seriously, okay? We've just transitioned, okay, into mainstream adoption. This year we transitioned into the beginning of mainstream adoption, and that is going to rip. Wait till you see what happens once the supply-demand effect kicks in and FOMO kicks in. Because just like you've got FOMO, well, a billionaire's got FOMO too, okay? And they're going to be racing to acquire Bitcoin. As will institutions, as will corporations, as will nation states. Just wait till you see what this bull market brings, guys. It's going to be fantastic in the adoption of this amazing technology that's going to fix a lot of the world's problems. So have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you all later. Dinny out.